supposed to record this, guys. Okay. Um, Basically, I I can answer all your questions, but let me throw out there what I've shared with Dr. Harden.
Hmm.
Um, I am the president of a seminary and college here
Hmm.
in North Carolina. It was designed, I built it and I designed it for something called the Free Will Baptist denomination. They had
Hmm.
250 churches from Florida all the way up to DC and Baltimore. And the way it came about was they were having preachers to preach their initial sermon in January, February, and then they have their annual conferences come September, October, November. These people who preached their initial sermon in January, February, when the conference came up, they were getting churches due to
Wow.
popularity or whatever it was. And the Free Will Baptists became the laughing stock of the denominations, Holiness, Disciples of Christ, AME, AM Zion, Missionary Baptists. And it was like, if you want a church going over to them Free Will Baptists, they'll give you one overnight. And
Wow.
they didn't like that. So what they wanted was me. My background is the Marine Corps, 22 years logistics embark, but I was an instructor, computer instructor. So I learned how to put courses together, how to make them so that they can be gauged on how well the students are coming along. So I told them I would do it for them. Um, we started in 2006, graduated over until 2016. We graduated over 350 students. But this was set up, to let you both know, this was set up by me
Hmm.
for our people.
Hmm.
People who don't have, there's no placement tests, there's
Hmm.
no anything we teach is only going to be religious or religious study. So we don't have math and English and all those other things because you got to pay those instructors. For
Yeah.
that reason, we could not get government accreditation, which is no big
Hmm.
deal right now, thanks to President Trump. But we we just put the basic out there. We made it affordable. No faster, none of that. You can just do uh, if you will, a pre-qualified payment each month. We run it at the minimum was $200.
Hmm.
And if, you guys have been in education. $200 on your tuition is not a lot.
Not a lot. Yeah.
And when you look at our prices are nowhere what you would get in the secular world. We're able
Hmm.
to give degrees like the bachelor. You can pick up the bachelor 4-year degree in 2.5 years without school.
Wow.
And the way we do that is we give you credit for 60 hours of
Hmm.
life, work, and ministry,
Okay.
military.
Hmm.
Anything you did, we're going to give you 60 credits toward that bachelor. So now
Okay.
you only have to do 60 credit hours in the classroom. But when you
Okay.
do that 60 hours in the classroom, 60 hours is an associate degree. So therefore, you should be able to finish it in 2 years. I give
Hmm.
them the extra 6 months in case, they start slow, the books don't come in or something like that. So that's what it was designed for. It was designed for not no big eyes and little U's. The denomination had probably less than 1% had a degree of any kind,
Hmm.
and there's 60,000 people. But looking at their pastors and things like this, the leadership saw that that was something they needed to do. I fell out with them because they, I'm sure you guys know this, being bishops, if they don't put money in their particular pocket, they do not care what's going on. And
That's true.
so these pastors, these preachers, ministers that just preached their initial sermon, they were telling them, you need to go to the school for 2 years, which was what we agreed to.
Hmm.
But when there's always some slickster. There's always
Yeah.
somebody that want to bend the rules or they don't apply to them. And the point was the bishop in his conference, he actually has all the authority to make preachers or whatever. But when he makes preachers, then preachers got to pay for that license every year. And it's
Yeah.
in the Free Will Baptist, it's like $300.
Okay.
So it sounded good like they wanted education in their ranks, but then it was like, well, we're not getting any kickback from this. And some of them just start licensing preachers without them going to school. You guys
Wow.
know that. If they tell everybody you're supposed to go to school, you spent your money, you came through the wickets and everything, but now they got somebody else standing up there getting ordained that can't spell college. They can't say
Wow.
it tears the denomination down and have them looking strange at the leaders. And some of them fault me because they were saying, well, you have to give me the authorization to go to school. I said, no, the clarification is I identify those who have done the work.
Yes.
If you transfer to our school from another school, I have to honor that. So when it comes
Mm-hmm.
time for your ordination, I send out to every bishop 9 conferences. These are the people who have enrolled in our school. These are the ministers that are still taking classes. If your name ain't on that, I'm not the one stopping you from getting ordained. It's
Mm-hmm.
your bishop. Your
Yeah.
bishop don't want to look bad in front of the other bishops that he's letting these, lesser people coming through. So that happened, and they just kept harping on how much tuition are you getting from each student. They didn't pay me to do this. They gave me
Mm.
no students. They gave me no curriculum, and no guidance at all. Okay, you guys are educated. What kind of guidance is? I got 2 rules: keep us out of the poorhouse and keep us out of the jailhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And you want somebody to build you a college? Come on,
Mm.
come on. And
Mm.
then I built it, and it was legit. We had caps and gowns. We had people graduating. People were excited, and when that started happening, they start seeing, 30 people graduate, 20 people graduate. One of them, who used to be the dean of the school, didn't like that, and he was like, "Well, how much you give us a financial report? What you raise, fundraisers, this and that, but you're not telling us how much each student's paying in tuition. So how much money are you taking in?" And I had to tell them, this is not that. I'm not going to give you what each student pays, and then you go back and browbeat that student or that preacher because they're in your conference or something like that. So I said, that's
Mm-hmm.
private information.
Wow.
Well, that didn't sit well with them.
Mm-hmm.
So things happened, and the bishop that asked me to do it had a stroke. He was out of the picture for almost a year and a half. And the person who came behind him, they don't know about the school. They weren't interested in the school. So they wrote me a letter and said they're not going to have anything to do with the school, that I run the school. And just because we share the same name, they're not responsible, liability or anything, which they never did anyway.
Mm.
And give you an example. It was 250 churches, and they had on in March, the month of March, to support the Bible College. They
Mm-hmm.
asked every church, every preacher that will, to give $100 to the Bible College. Y'all doing quick math? 250 churches, $10. I mean, $100 each. We're talking about $25,000.
Yeah.
I ran this school for 14 years. The most I ever got was $4,000.
Wow.
You see, but I didn't close the door. The people who appreciate what you're going to do are the students.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
pastors, your bishops, they may not understand what you guys are doing. And if it doesn't, like I said, grease their palm, don't be surprised that you meet some resistance. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to encourage you now. You're on the right track, because the devil
Amen.
don't get busy unless you do something. If you ain't
Amen.
doing nothing, he'll let you run because it ain't coming to nothing anyway.
Yeah.
So with
Mm-hmm.
that, I share with Dr. Hardin that I do allow churches. It was designed that any pastor that can muster 3 people, a teacher, a main person for the site, the spokesperson, and a financial person.
Okay.
Um, is you can have 3 people, and as long as you have 5 students, I'll let a pastor do that in his own church anywhere. I do have churches overseas. I've got some stuff to show y'all for the people in Africa and foreign lands. I've been doing this a long time, and it works. It
Amen.
works. And people, when you
Yeah.
see like an 80-year-old lady taught school and retired, she said, I always want to go back and get my master's, but I didn't. She said, but I'm gonna try this school here. She came in, and the students around her, they just made sure she had everything she needed. They were there, type up her papers, everything. And when that woman walked across the stage at 81 years old, she cried. She bust out
Wow.
in tears. And she was
Wow.
well respected. They knew her as being an educator. She cried. She said, I never thought I would see this day. That's why I do what I do. That's
Wow.
what I do. What I do. I don't. Y'all should know that parents that don't go to college, they don't push for their children to go to college.
True.
Parents who've gone to college, they're like, "You going to college? You ain't gonna sit around and just
Yeah.
do nothing. You're gonna better
Hmm.
Hmm.
yourself." But that's
Hmm.
how it is in church. If it. So I don't want you guys to be discouraged. I am here. Dr. Harden knows I'm here for the length. You have a lot of people, they start you doing something, then you can't find them no more. I don't do that.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
don't I don't micromanage, but I do throw things out there because you may be overzealous in an area that I can tell you it's not that important. It
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Hmm.
So we're going to do the things that matter. So
Amen.
Amen.
so you guys got any questions before I go into what do you want me to talk about, Dr. Harden? Everything about the school?
Yes, sir. We can go through the logistics of everything. Just I want to everything that you share with me, we'll share with her. Definitely we starting off on equal footing and got a good sense of everything, and so we can just build from that.
Okay,
Yeah.
as I go
I just
ahead.
have one
Yeah.
question because I'm
Go.
just taking notes for myself. You said you need three people to start. Can you just name what those three roles were again?
The first one is the dean of the site. They work directly under me.
Okay.
Nobody else can tell them anything about the school. I'm not. If Dr. Harden is the dean of his school, I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be talking to you. He brought
Okay.
you in. I will
Mm-hmm.
deal with Dr. Harden and he'll flush that. But now, if you're going to start a school in Florida, it's good that we're all talking so we can feed each other the information.
Hmm.
Okay.
So that's a dean, and then you have a person to teach, which could be the dean.
Okay.
But the only
Hmm.
person that I want you to strictly use for this is a financial person.
Okay.
Okay.
The reason it's financial is because someone has to document that they paid. Someone has to
Hmm.
go and show them when they're, where how to go to everything can be done on our website. But like I was telling Dr. Harden, I wouldn't tell you guys to just have your students go to the website and pay like their $200 tuition. I would
Mm-hmm.
tell you guys to, okay, if you tell them to do that, make them send you a receipt. Because
Hmm.
the way it's set up is when they pay on and they make any payments online, it automatically comes up with an email for me. It'll show me who they were, how much they paid, what they paid for, what their address is, and that's their receipt. They'll get a receipt on that end, but I get notification. If I'm
Okay.
supposed to be giving you $100, it's easier for you to tell. Well, since y'all going to do online, you're going to have to trust them to make their payments, but you just tell them you want them to, send you a copy of the receipt that they did do it. Because if
Okay.
not, you'll find out since you're not having residential courses. In residential courses, what we did was they came in and each week we set up a computer where they could go to the computer and they can make their payment through credit card, debit card, or they could pay the financial secretary in cash. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't do a lot of checks because checks tends to be bounced, and we're talking about since 2006. So we didn't do a lot of checks, but we did do other payments, and that's what we want you to focus on. That these people have to be good stewards over the information that you're giving them. This is
Okay.
not a handout. This is not a diploma mill. It does require you to do some work, some thinking. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the now I'm going to insult y'all because the way that I set the exams up is the exam is either an open book exam or it is a multiple choice exam
Mm-hmm.
or it is a uh, do an essay exam. The essay
Mm-hmm.
could be
Hmm.
on the whole book. Now listen to the instruction. From each chapter, write me what did you get out of it, and altogether you should have about 5,000 words. Well, if this thing is only 20 chapters, y'all know like I do. Sometimes you read a couple chapters, dud, dead. I got nothing out of it whatsoever. So why you ask me to write something about I hated it? So what I tell them you do is you go first 5 chapters. I appreciate Dr. Mayo letting us study that, and it was okay, but I really didn't get much out of the first 5 chapters. Then they said, but now in chapter 6, they could write their whole paper off of chapter 6 because it was that enticing. That way they got so much out of it. And then if they didn't get anything after chapter 6 or whatever, you're right. And the rest of the book was good too. But you make sure you have your numbers. Here's the key. You're not going to fail them on contents. They may not see it like you do. But what you get to do is you say, I want it formatted in a certain way. I want you to use a certain font size. I want you to identify page numbers. I need you to put your name in the right-hand top corner. All these things take you from high school to college. These things are, and you can't have somebody in your school and don't know how to use a college. Nobody know how to use a computer. That's not good. But you're going to get older people. I'm 64, and I know there's a lot of them out there. They tell me, I don't mess with no computer. I don't do nothing like that. But yeah, but it'll pass you by. You guys know that. We'll become like dinosaurs. So I made everything simple. Dr. Harden has the course catalog. It spells out everything we do in the school.
Yes.
He has that.
I'll forward
He
that
can
to you,
send that.
sister.
Yeah, he can forward that to you, and you can read through it. Of course, if you have any questions or anything, with your permission, Dr. Harden,
Yes.
I just say she could come straight to me. I mean,
Yes.
because you might be working on something,
Yeah.
and I
Yes.
hate for you to miss an opportunity because you could not catch him or you were afraid to ask me.
Yes.
We're in
Yes.
this together.
Yes.
So, I mean, there is
Yes.
no secrets and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
the financial piece, like I told Dr. Harding, is the financial piece. I'm show you some stuff. Let's just take the bachelor's degree. The bachelor's is $5,400. All right. To enroll in the school, it's $100. Every student that comes to your site or your branch, they have to pay $100 enrollment fee. That comes straight to the college. That comes straight to us. So we if it's we're collecting $100. Like I told Dr. Harden, if you charge for where you are, you charge your enrollment fee is $200, $500 if some school got it. I don't have a problem with that. All I'm saying is when you send your money, your obligation for each student is $100 when they join the school. Whatever you do over that, because it's different in whatever area you're in, what city, you might have to do more to be reputable. If you charge too little and people find about this, say, oh, that ain't no real college. You know what? You can go to no real college for $50 and stuff like that. But we are a real college. We're just set up a little bit differently. So they pay $100 to us. Students in, I let Dr. Harden know, or he let me know, look out for this person, send me a text saying I got this person. They said they paid this and that. So look out for them, Bishop. And I'll confirm that they paid. I'll always answer you back, email or text message, and say, yeah, I just got, and sometimes I may text you and say, hey, I got this person. I don't know who it is. Are they on your roster or this and that? Because when they first pay, I don't have any interaction with them other than I can see what they did on the website. That's it. They made a payment. I don't know from Adam, but if you did the application and told them which way to go, you're going to list their names. You're going to remember the names of the people you talk to. So $100 comes to the school. Now tuition for every degree we have is $200 a month.
Okay.
Flat $200 a month. So that $5,400 for the bachelor's, that's 27 payments of $200. Now I want you to think about this. 27 payments, and I told you they could get this bachelor's in 2.5 years. Well, 27 payments equals 2.5 years. If they just pay as they go, when they get to the end, they've already took care of their tuition. The tuition, the way you guys will read it is every tuition that you get, we split 50-50.
Okay.
If you get up to 200. In other words, if you go higher tuition, that's on you.
Okay.
All we're looking for is that $100 a month that we had said we'd split with you if you did it for $200.
Okay.
So I mean, if you had to, I couldn't work with that. I had to get $400 or whatever. I don't care. I just send us with our contract. So out of 5,400, we should get $2,700. Everything above that is yours.
Okay.
So that helps for renting a place. That helps to do your forms, your applications, things you got to print out, this and that. that's why we sold back into the ministry. I wish I could show you how many people out there, institution out there, they'll bring you in. They'll give you the curriculum like I do. They'll give you all the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
They'll carry your hand. But when it comes time to print the degree or do the degree, they want 100% of your tuition.
Wow.
They do. They want it. I've seen several of them. And if that's the way, I mean, if you sign up for it, and I fell for that because I was kind of wanting to prove that you could get a school accredited. And I went with an accreditation group, and I had 30, 40 people sign up at one time.
Wow.
And they showed me that each student is supposed to pay, at that time, each student was supposed to pay like $150 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not kick anything back to us. I had to send them a copy of the application. I had to send them the names and all the, I'll show you on this report, monthly report. And let's say I had 10 students. Those 10 students, let's just say all of them had to pay $100. Y'all know, like I know, people don't always pay what they want to pay. They do what they
Mm-hmm.
want to do. They have an excuse, this and that. So, yes, we were doing that $3,000 pretty regular, this and that. But then people started, they got comfortable, lifestyle coming up, and they weren't able to make their payments. So I could not put them down as they made the payment. So that made my payment short going to this other school.
Mm.
Another school came to me and said, you said that you have 30 students. What happened to the people from last month? What happened? I said, they didn't pay anything. They expected me to pay for the students that didn't pay anything.
Wow.
And
Wow.
when I said they expect me to pay it, they ran a tab. They said, you've listed with us 30 students. You're responsible for 30 students' tuition every month. So as you can see, I quickly got out of that.
Yeah.
It was, and I'll work with you guys on this. But the other selling factor that I didn't like was that when you get a degree, it doesn't say anything about your organization.
Mm.
It has nothing. So it's coming from them. You're putting all the work in there, and they made me pay for the course materials that I bought. So you got
Wow.
3 different bachelors. I had to pay $500 for each course.
Wow.
Wow.
4 masters, 100. I mean, $500 for each one. And see, that's what bothered me about these bishops asking me, not these bishops, that one bishop, not even a bishop, pastor, asking me, well, how much money is it? You're not asking me how much money did I have to pay to get this course, to set the school up, to furnish it. You ain't asking me that. All you want to know is how much money is the tuition, so it can go in your pocket. So $200 or more. We ask for $100 a student enrollment, $100 a month for each student. That's what we ask. Now, what am I giving? I'm saying this to both of you. You can do almost anything you want to, but you just have to tell me.
Okay.
In other words, like you say, you meet somebody and you've been close to them, or they're in your family, or they're in the ministry, and you know they don't have any degree, and they want to go to school. I give both of you an opportunity to scholarship 100% one student.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you some applications are for students, high school students, international students, and really you just you can't put a number on them because high schoolers, they don't have jobs and stuff like that. But we offer tuition scholarships to the high school seniors. Only thing you have to have education wise, you have to have uh, a, high school diploma, or something to that effect. Now, you can have students that have not graduated, but you cannot give them the degree in their hand until they apply a high school certificate or diploma or something like that. But they can take all they want. True example is I had a boy in the 11th grade. He was coming with his mama to the classes, and he said, "Hey, I want to do this too." I said, "Sure, not a problem." And he came through, and it came about 2 years for him to graduate, and he's still a high school senior. June hadn't come up. Our graduation was in May. So he couldn't get it. I said, well, this is what you do. When you graduate, or you can show proof that you're going to graduate in May, a letter from the principal, guidance counselor, whatever. So the day he got his high school diploma is the day we presented him also with his first college degree.
Awesome.
I think he was
That's
17.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
I
awesome.
think he was 17.
Wow.
You'll have the ability to you'll have ability to make available to handicapped people in your area. Handicap, we call it overachievers degree program. They do not do coursework. They do not take tests. What we do is if their name comes into to us because we know there's special needs or something like that, we assign them things that they do in the church. One of them's an usher. So he ushers a certain amount, he also, one of them is a janitor in the church. They would never pass school. They don't read very well, but they're good, down to earth people. And you want to give them something and let it be something that, is they could be very proud of. So with that lets you take people. Have you ever gone to a restaurant, McDonald's and them? They got one person handicapped. All they do is sweep the lobby.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Well, this is that
Yeah.
same concept. We
Okay.
are going to help them get there. You got to involve the pastor. You got to involve, what you know about the person, and they don't have to go to school, but maybe a year. When I say go to school, they only have to do what they're doing or been doing that you recommended them for this for 1 year. The reason I say 1 year, so they can graduate with the next graduating class. Our graduations are May, usually the first Friday before Mother's Day, but it don't have to be that. I'm telling you, we can set up graduation at your location. You can send me your cap and gown requirements. I've got forms for that. I'll order your cap and gowns, make sure everything's there, and ship them down to you. So now you can give them to your students. And we set up a day that you want to, and you get the church, you get the hall facility that we're going to have the graduation in. I'll come down from North Carolina, and we'll have a graduation down there on that night. I can tell you, you have one graduation, you'll shake your city up wherever you are. Because they're not
Hallelujah.
used to that.
Wow.
They're not used to churches doing that. They're not used to nonprofits doing that. Usually the people who are giving graduation, what? Your community college, your
Yeah.
regular college, your 4-year college. But that shakes heads because the people who graduate have family. They got friends. And when you tell them I'm graduated and their family and friends come, I've had people sit there and say, I should have did this. I should, when she first told me she was going, I should have started then, but I'm not gonna get caught like this again. Bishop May, I want to join. I said, well, okay. So it's great. The graduations are great for publicity. It's great for drawing attention to your school.
Yeah.
On the downside, I have to tell you that you don't ever want to fail people.
Yeah.
And I know some of them, you just got to work with them. Some of them ain't going to have the money, but you can tell them, we cannot release your degree, your diploma, until you've paid. Now, they're going to have to pay the tuition, which is $200 or whatever the lump sum is. But when it comes to graduation, they have to pay $400 because that's for the cap and gown. That's for the printing of their degree. That's for the audit of their transcripts. All the grades they've taken down the year and make everything right. So it costs about $400. If they don't need a cap and gown, it's $200 to print the degree and the transcript. Come with a seal. It'll come with an embossed seal from the college. That is one way I keep checks and balance.
I'm gonna show an example. Give me one moment.
Okay. Yeah, he has one of our degrees.
Okay.
They're usually 11 and a half by 14 and a half. We want the big ones. We didn't do the ones same size as copy paper. We didn't do that. We went the big ones.
So the big ones. Okay.
They stand out a lot better. They look a lot better on the walls too in your offices and things like that when you go.
Nice.
So far, you have any questions?
No, I'm taking notes and I'm listening. I've been talking to Dr. Aaron a little bit about it, so some of it is kind of familiar because he was sharing with me. So I'm just listening and taking notes for right now.
Okay. All right.
And I
We're gonna,
definitely want to hear the piece about overseas because that's my main ministry. I have a nonprofit and we work overseas, mostly in East Africa right now. But those guys are pressing me for about because every time I preach and I teach, but I prefer teaching. That's really what God has called me to. And so they're pressing me like you need to, especially I move a lot in the villages, not just in the city. And those village pastors, they really need that training because sometimes they're just starting a church because the demand is there, but they don't actually have the full Bible training that they need. And like you said, these are not people that are going to be like going to no college and all that because they live in a village. The places they live might not even have electricity all the time. So those are people that if I work with that they will have to have a solution like what you're offering right now. So I'm interested to see how you're doing overseas.
um, well, wait on Dr. Harden. The
Mm.
way I told him this, I ran into trouble. I do have Canada. I do have people in Spain. I have people in Africa, Nairobi, Kenya,
Yeah, I work
uh,
in Kenya.
and some other places. Yeah.
Mm.
But the problem that they have is that when you give them traditional lessons and they got to buy textbooks, I didn't know this, but
Mm.
Amazon don't deliver to every country.
Yeah.
So the
Hmm.
books that you get in the United States is easy. You just go to Books a Million or you go to, Barnes and Noble and order your books. They don't have that option.
Mm.
So it took me a while to figure that out because what I went was the long way. I bought all their books and shipped them to them.
Okay.
And I had to pay an extra fee for shipping. And I didn't know it, but when they get the books on the other end, their country made them take a fee also.
Yeah, for receiving.
So right, and so now you got the textbook, but you only got one book, but you got 50 to 100 students. How are
Yeah.
you going to teach them? They went out and bought a copier, and this is true. They bought a copier, and they were making copies of the books. They
Hmm.
couldn't even get each chapter that they were going to go over. Now, I I knew that wasn't going to last.
Yeah, that's
And so
tedious.
yeah, so I came back and sat down and said, okay, what do they need? What do they, what can you offer? So I put together a curriculum up to a master's degree, not doctorate, but up to the master's degree.
Hmm.
Put together a program that it comes with the textbook already online.
Okay. Yeah, that's the best
And
way to
then
go.
everything else circles around that. So they get the course or textbook online. They
Hmm.
get the exams online. They get the homework assignments online. And like I said, we go all the way up to a master's degree. That has had a lot of success. Thing like I told Dr. Harden is that I know they can't afford to pay what we pay here in the States. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to negotiate that with them. I don't
Mhm.
tell you that, well, I don't care who they are, they're gonna pay. No, I asked them what was first of all, they don't have the American dollar. Some of them have a look at there.
Oh, nice.
Look
Very
at
nice.
that.
Hold on. Let me remove the
Filter.
please. Yeah, the filter. 1 second here. But
That's close right there. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Nice. Very professional.
That is
Nice.
ours. And that's a doctor of counseling. One of the things that's great, Dr. Aaron.
yes.
One of the things that I want you got to have stuff to hang your hat on because the devil's coming.
Mm.
There'll be other churches and ministries challenging you on what you're doing, authenticity, and all this
Mhm.
stuff. One thing you want to make sure you know is that that's why I said don't get people kicked out of your school. Don't kick them out for non-payment. Just tell them, hey, you can keep taking it, and you can tell them this. You can keep taking the course, but we won't even give you your grades. Because you know what you're doing. You know the people better than I would.
Yeah.
You say, no, they got it. They just, try to get over on people. You can tell them, yeah, you can sit, you can do the courses and submit them to you for grade, but I'm not giving you a grade until you catch up your tuition. There's a form
Mhm.
that I'm gonna give y'all that says it's called a pre-approved financial payment plan, and it's either for the first of the month or it's for the 15th of the month. And it says in there, and I'll show it to you. It says in there, I realize this is a contract between me as a student and Dr. Harding or Ebony. It's I only got this because it was approved through them, but I know that if I miss two payments, I can be dropped. Doesn't that sound familiar than a regular college?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
You don't
yes.
pay,
Oh yeah.
and here's the
Man.
beauty for us: you can't even get to a regular college until you pay first.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
You
That's
pay. You
true.
can't even
Mhm.
sit down. We'll let them keep coming because we know, we're not a regular college, but it's designed for people who already have jobs. They already have family commitments that they got to do, but they want to still study. That's what I say. That's why you don't want anybody. I don't want you to bend yourself or sell your soul, but you should be able to work with whoever you. I interviewed every one of the 400 students that came to my school,
Hmm.
and they were Maryland, uh, D.C., Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, New York, Virginia. I work with all of them.
Hmm.
But here's the advantage you guys had that I didn't have. Until last year, 2024, we didn't offer online courses.
Mm.
If you were going to do this, I would tell you you have to set up a residential site. You
Mm.
got to find, and I tell Dr. Aaron, I said, what I had to do was I went to a hotel and used their conference room, not the big one, the little one, like
Hmm.
they used to have class meetings and stuff like that, long table, maybe 10, 20 chairs.
Mhm.
I went there and you only need 2.5 to 3 hours once a week.
Okay.
So it's almost like going to Bible study. I took
Mm.
Thursday nights because most people have Tuesday or Wednesday Bible study,
Mhm.
but they're free Thursday or Friday. So I made it from 6 to 9. We were usually gone by 8:30, but I had to pay for that conference room. It was about $50.
Hmm.
And I was like, that's $200 a month. And I'm already, forking out money, this and that. How am I going to afford that? What I didn't take into account was each one of those students had to pay $200 for their tuition.
Hmm.
So I had 5 to 7 students. So whatever they paid took care of the rent that I had to do.
Yeah.
But I made a major mistake. My major mistake was within the first month, I had 30 students. The
Oh.
room only held 15 to 20. So now I had to go and find a church that would let me use their fellowship hall, let me use their sanctuary, pay for lights, water, time that we're in there. You should be, if you do a residential course, sometimes they blow out before you know it, what happened there. And you feel that because you see their face week after week. You're talking and illustrating stuff to them. Whereas online, they're almost like fire and forget. Once you put them online, they're on automatic.
Hmm.
Online students are not required to go into one class. You can establish that if you want to. But
Hmm.
if you got people who are used to online studies, they're pretty good with a computer, your best bet is to let them go completely online. They call you if they have a question or they run into something, but you're not going to meet them every week. You're not going to talk to them every week because it's not a residential course. But if you do, because if you start getting senior citizens, they're going to tell you, I got to have a teacher. I
Yeah.
got to have a teacher. I got to have sit down and Barney style for me, this and that. So that's why I said you can do residential, but you can also do online. Whichever one you do, the payment, the commitment is the same. It doesn't change.
Mhm.
So you having the best of both worlds. Where
Yeah.
I went years without doing that stuff. Another thing, I just start advertising on Facebook and doing
Mhm.
ads and stuff like this. I never did that. I'm not a Facebook person, so I didn't do that till last year, Dr. Harden. So
Yeah.
you imagine since 2006, and I have over 400 students. Could you imagine how much more it would have been if I used social media?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
being at the time being a bishop, the core bishops there, I was the youngest one by 20 years. So
Mm.
they were like, we're not doing that. We're not using Facebook and all that stuff, putting your stuff up there. The IRS is going to get you and this and that. So I didn't use it. But now, oh yeah, now all them
Hmm.
old dudes, they got a young person doing it up there for them.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
doing it because they realize you can reach more since the pandemic. You can reach a lot of people through social media that you might
Yeah.
not see coming to your church. So,
Mm-hmm.
so again, that money derivative that they have, that's what they go by. So, does that answer you? She was asking me about the international students, and I was
Yeah,
telling her
that
about
answered my
that.
Okay.
question. I do have another question.
Go
Just
ahead.
thinking about the pre-recorded the online lessons. So are those pre-recorded lessons? Like they would be pre-recorded, they'd log in and watch the teaching, and then how exactly does it look when they
Uh,
for the person
it
taking it?
looks like they get the curriculum, they get a list of textbooks, and they order their textbooks, and I hate to say it this way, but it's almost self-study. If they're
Okay.
online, it's self-study. That's why I tell you our tests are not that hard because they're like word finds. They're open book
Mm-hmm.
tests. If
Mm-hmm.
it's got multiple choices, they can look in the book and see, where the only time it gets real challenging is if you have someone who's not a good communicator and they can't put on paper what they're thinking in their mind. And for those,
Mm-hmm.
I would tell you, get somebody to type it for them. Tell them to use their grandchild. Tell them to use somebody who's not afraid of the computer. But do not let them turn their work into you handwritten. You won't be able to read it.
Okay. Okay.
And I
Yeah.
mean, you can't count 8,000 words or 6,000 words. You can't count that handwritten. But if you do it on a computer, when you send it to me, I can just word check it and see how many how many words you got. Oh, you 1,000 words
Mm-hmm.
short, doesn't that? And I didn't have to read through all this
Yeah.
paper. So you want to keep it on a college level, but you don't want to be, Hale or Yarvard or something like that. You want to work with them and try to think solutions out that will help
Okay.
them. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah, it's self-paced. And the reason I don't do that, Ebony, is because I'm one of these people. Leave me alone. Tell me what I got to do, and
Mm-hmm.
what I got to do, and I'm gonna do that. But now, if you're gonna say I can't move no faster than the slowest person in the class, and I got to be up there every Wednesday night, and they asking the same dumb questions over and over, it drives me crazy.
Okay.
So I mean, you can do that for a residential site, but
Yeah.
online, you got to tell them.
Mm-mm.
And here's and y'all got to tell them this.
Mm-hmm.
Online is not an easy way out. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
done told them in North Carolina that, online is easy. All you gotta do, like you just said, all you just do is watch a film and you do this and that and you just keep up with your
Mm-hmm.
class. No, 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 no. You are going to do your own individual work. If you need help, you can schedule a night that you do Zoom help.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell them, I will come up there and answer all your questions, just like I'm doing here. I'll come and answer all your questions. So you need to write them down. If you can't wait for that, text me. Send me an email and I'll get you back the answer, within 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you beat that. No, they go their own pace. And I think that's what happened to a lady that didn't want to, she was looking for the crutch of somebody teaching her, and you're gonna get a video, and then you got 100 people in that same class with you, and you only have to do a little bit, and this. That's not our school. They're gonna work it out. To me, it's not hard, but you're talking to a multi um, doctoral student, but it's not hard. This
Mm-hmm.
lady, she never gave me the chance, Dr. Arden. She never gave me
Mm-hmm.
the chance. I would have scholarshiped her. She'd have, she
Wow.
could have caught 50% off. She could call me. I'd call her, whatever. But she just said, I know how I can learn. I know that I'm not going to be able to do this. I regret that I do this. I'm sorry wasting your time. And she gave up on herself. So my
Wow.
record is still 100% graduates.
Mm-hmm.
But she gave up on herself, and I refunded her money.
Mm.
So you want
Yeah.
to, if you're going to tell them online, you got to tell them exactly how you're going to do it, what's required of
Gotcha.
them. And yes, they can reach out because you become their professor. They can reach out to you and answer the questions. And in case you get stumped, guess what? You call me. I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing it so
Mm-hmm.
long. And I say, yeah, you want to do this, you want to do that. Um, like getting pastors involved. People find out what you're doing. How do you get a pastor involved with what you're doing? Scholarship him.
Mm-hmm.
Scholarship
Gotcha.
him.
Mm-hmm.
And tell him you need to, bring your 5 people. Here's another one. Both of you know, both of y'all know pastors or preachers out there that want a doctor's degree. but they're not doctor's degree material.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even have a bachelor's,
Mm-hmm.
but they would like to have a doctorate. You will be able to offer honorary doctorate of divinity because that's what my school offers. So
Mm.
I always say 3,000 because a person taking the regular uh, doctorate class is $6,800 in 24 months.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to give somebody a doctorate that did not do the coursework, they should have to pay at least half.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I came up with the
Mm.
3,000. But that's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to charge them 5,000 as an honorarium, you set it for whatever you want. We can split it halfway down or go over 3,000. Just send me the 3,000. You don't have to, and that helps you put money in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send their degrees to you. I will never send the students' degrees to them unless you tell me. You
Mm-hmm.
can send this directly to them because you don't want them to become dislinked. And I hate to tell you, people find out by going to Bishop Mayo, they can jump you two guys and they can lie to me and tell me all stuff that I don't even know. And whereas
Mm-hmm.
if I'd have asked you about them, you'd have been able to tell me, Bishop, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. They're trying to run a game on you or playing a game. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's out there. That's our honorary degree program. We only offer one honorary degree, and that's the Doctor of Divinity degree.
Okay.
Pay your money. Within 14 days, they could have their diploma.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's an avenue to help, bring resources into. I'm saying $3,000. What if you say, hey, the worst I can do is the best I can do is $2,000. Well, that's
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 you keep, $1,000 you send to me. And I
Okay.
and you have to do that. You know why you have to do that? Because I'm the one who prints the degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to print a degree unless I see the legwork has been there. Application. There's an honorarium application they have to fill out. Somebody have to do it for them. Let's see why you picked them to be an honorarium. If you just start getting
Mm.
people and giving them that degree, your school's going to get a bad name. Your site's going to get a
Mm.
bad name because they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
haven't you seen when they graduate 26 doctors and most of them ain't got no master's degree? You say, how
Yeah.
can you graduate 26 people with a doctorate degree and they only been going to school for a year? They've been going
Wow.
to school
Wow.
for a year. They
Yeah.
don't do homework. They don't do exams. They just go there one night a week. And then
Boom.
when it comes graduation time, I had one person up here, he tell you, write what degree you want, and we'll get you the degree you want.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. That's a diploma mill.
Yes,
Basically.
yes.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is because every church is a nonprofit. And a
Mm-hmm.
nonprofit
Mm.
is what? Charitable,
Yep.
scientific, educational, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where they get that separation of church and state right there.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So so when people come to you and say, well, why would I pay this much for your school when I can go over there, this and that? Here's another thing they've been doing. They've got a group out there that are getting accredited, but they're not accredited for a long-term school. They just got their curriculum for one degree accredited, and they're giving out free
Tuh.
free degrees. It's crazy.
Yep.
So I just don't
Wow.
want you to run into it and you say, well, everybody's beat me out or they don't want to come because that school over there. Well, God has for you is for you.
Amen.
Back
Amen.
Amen.
back to your international students, you ask them. Remember, you're going to have to do with them what I'm doing with you. You're going to walk them through it, hold their hand, make sure they're right. You have to build them for success. If it's not going to
Mm-hmm.
be success, too many potholes, you got to make sure that you can help them. So with I think I told you the Africans that we had, they don't use American dollars. So what
Yeah.
I sat down and said, okay, in your money, what is your money equal to $1? And they gave it
Mm-hmm.
to you. You can do a currency lookup and find that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I said, so how much money when your students come to the school you currently have, how much money do they pay to get in your school? And he was telling me something. When I checked, stay with me now. When I did the comparison, it was only $10 American dollars. And I
Yeah.
told him,
Mm.
that's fine. You said it. That's fine. So you tell me every student that you send me is going to pay $10 for their degree, not for their degree, but to enroll in the school. I said, how much is your tuition? Or how much do you think they could pay each month? And I said, don't make it high, but what? And usually they say, oh, I don't think they could pay $15. I said, so what? You think they could pay another $10? They said, yes. That's what I locked them in at. They enroll their students for 10 American dollars. Their monthly fee of tuition is $10 for each student. They're going to give you a list. I'm going to show you that. They're going to give you a list of the students, what degree they're in, where they are in paying it, this and that. That's because they may not even be able to find they should be able to find a place to use a computer. Some of them, they don't even have places. They say I have to go to the Capitol in order to use the computer. Well, I tell them, like I'm telling you, you know what you're going to be responsible for. You can take it. You can have them give it to you in the ministry. You can have it sent to you, however you want to do. Just remember, we get a certain part of that. We don't hinder you. We don't. If it's almost free, I mean, if you can live with it, I can live with it. But I can tell you, once you graduate that first class, you might as well get ready. They're gonna come.
Yeah. The good thing for me, at least in Kenya, the pastor that I have a lot of pastor friends in Kenya, the pastor that wants to work with me, we already have a location designated where people can come. They have internet so that people can come and be able to work from that location because they might not have internet at their house, but his building has internet.
That works. So that makes it better.
Super excited.
Yeah.
So it'll be easier for them. They can come there, whatever schedule he sets up with them, they at least can come and do it on the internet there at his place.
How often do you have to go overseas?
I usually go once a year, but I'm trying to go more. I mean, my goal is to build a house and be there, do more long-term missions. I'm going once or twice a year there. This year I'm going twice. Sometimes I go for 2 weeks. Sometimes I go for a month. I have kids now, so I can't be doing extensive trips like I used to do. But so I'm working on building a house so that I'll be able to bring my kids with me and do more extensive missions. But we also are building a school for K through 12. So until we get the school built, then the money will start going toward building the missionary house. Gotcha. So we're almost done with the school. We're like 70% done with the school for the kids. And then we'll start working on the missionary house. Because eventually I want to be there and kind of do some more hands-on work with the people there. So I'm mostly in Uganda and in Kenya. My school is in Uganda. The teaching ministry is really highly being requested in Kenya a lot. Like every day they're messaging me, like, we need education, we need training. You know, we're willing to partner with you. I've got a bunch of pastors that are willing to partner with me there. So I have good networks in both of those places.
I want you to put down as a note that same thing like in America. If you get in with the pastor, get them to, I guess, promise or tell people about the school where they can get more information, and you'll be able to send them through some courses, and it'd be free for them because they've sent you so many students.
I know that they actually have it because one pastor, one of my pastors, he's actually a good friend. He's already has a list of people that he already wants that he's talked to. Like, if I am able to get this school started, would this be something you're interested in? So he has a list of different leaders within the church and different churches around that are interested. So we have a good group of people to start with. And I have a small group in Uganda too that actually want to work as well.
Okay. We say in the military, documentation. They should give you a list of their students. That way you can match numbers. That way I can match degrees, because there's nothing more hurtful than you never carried their name on a list or a roster, but now you're asking me to print them a degree.
Yes.
I'm like, no, I don't, But now if you tell me, you said, that's my fault, Dr. Mayo, that's my fault, I should have did this. They have been there all the time. I just didn't have record. I'm going to give you what you asked for. I'm going to support you. I'm going to support Dr. Hart. I told him that. I'm supporting y'all. I'm here for you. So if you can live with getting that guy honorary for $1, I can live with it. but it'll come
All
back.
right, so I'm gonna talk to them and see about what the price would be. Kenya, they can probably pay more. Uganda is a lot poorer, so that might even be. I
Yeah.
gotta get with the pastor over there and see what would be reasonable for those guys in Uganda. Kenya, I
Hmm.
know they can pay a little bit more than in Uganda because Uganda money is a lot lower, even than the
Mhm.
Kenyan
Yeah.
dollar.
But again, I found out that if you don't charge people anything, they don't
It won't
treasure it
value
or
it.
they don't
Yeah,
take it
that's
Hmm.
true.
serious. They
They don't
don't.
It
take it
won't value
So
it.
seriously.
we don't
Hmm.
want to just. I mean, there's a need, and they got students, but I mean, a penny a month. I'm just,
Mhm.
you know, I know y'all ain't got nothing, but I know you can do a U.S. dollar a month. I know that.
Yeah.
So when you show it to me, I'm like, well, just send us 50 cents. Or you take it all this month and
Hmm.
we'll go every other month. 1 month is to you, 1 month you send it to our school.
Hmm.
That's what we do. So, but
Hmm.
Okay.
make them tell you what they can pay and lock them in.
Okay.
I would say do what you say you're gonna do and say what you're gonna do. So
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. I've got a couple of documents I just want to run by you. Okay. Can y'all see my screen?
Not yet. I don't
Not
see
yet.
it.
Yes, sir. Now,
Is it large enough? Do I need to make it larger? Okay.
larger.
Larger than this? Okay.
Am
How
I
about that?
supposed to? Okay, I see it now. Yeah, let me turn my
Uh,
let's turn my screen. Sorry. Looks big to me now. Okay.
this is a application. The other
Hmm.
applications that I'm going to show you, they all have the same information. They all require the same information. It's a 2-page application. You can have back and front if you print it that way, or you can do like I do and print it 2 pages. The biggest thing you want to, I'm just going through the, but I'm just, you guys been to school. Last name, first name, this and that, home phone. We ask because we are a religious school. We ask for church membership, pastor's name. If they don't have that, they don't have it. That don't keep them from going to college. But if they
Okay.
have it,
Yeah.
then you have a reference. Guess what? If they got a pastor, you can ask them to talk to the pastor or what is that pastor's vision on Christian education? You're massaging everything as it comes through, and they
Hmm.
can probably tell you people total years of Christian service. You know, I've been in this church since I was 6 years old. Okay. What types of service? Usher, deacon board, mother board, deaconess, assistant pastor, Sunday school teacher, Bible study, backup, whatever. Total years of LA military service. How long were they in the service? They don't have to. If they didn't have any, they don't. Okay, mine would be 22. What is detail? USMC, United States Marine Corps. Okay. Total classroom hours in attendance of Christian workshops and seminars. They can count Bible study.
Mm.
Hmm.
They can
Wow.
count. Watch this.
Wow.
They can count anything that's not a Sunday service that they attended. So if they
Mm.
got an evening service, they got to. This is mostly for your bachelors because I
Okay.
tell you, we're trying to get to 60 credits. Life, work, military, church, religious. So that's where this come in. And then if they have it, if they can't remember it, you got down here the name of the seminar workshop, roughly the date, location. Did you complete it? Yes or no? If they have it, they do. If they don't, we'll find out how to get them qualified. Check all that apply, high
Mm.
school diploma, DED, college degree. So GED, there's some colleges won't take you with a GED. You got to
Yeah.
have a
Mm.
diploma. We don't care. We just want to make sure they fill it out on this application so that when we do graduate them, we can cover ourselves if they lied. We're not looking for the diploma. I'm not looking for a copy of all that. This is an honor system.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
Mm.
so you can always pull it out and say, this is what they said they have. Here's the schools attended, whether school, high school, whatever, college. And then when you go down a little bit more, it says the application checklist. Okay. Please understand, we want the people that come to us to be sincere. We don't
Okay.
want them coming with a
Hmm.
ulterior motive of some kind, this and that. So we made the application checklist for them to do, but they have to turn it in before they can graduate.
Okay.
Here, look at some of the things I'm telling you. I've written an attached written account of my salvation. Do you really want to teach somebody religious studies and they're atheists or something like that? No.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
So if I got it, they should be able to tell you about when I got saved, what I did. I have enclosed a current photograph of myself. We have had people come back to this school and say that they graduated, they were there, this and that. They were there, but they were in the audience. They were not marching, student marching across the thing. And they say, yeah, my name is this and that. You have a picture, so you can say, okay, this is a white guy. You're black. So I know you're not the one that filled this application out.
Yeah.
Resume, history for your life, work in ministry. That's where you can glean a lot of stuff to give them credit for in that bachelor's and things like that. Now you come to the part here. I wish to enroll in the following check program. Check one. See the catalog for prerequisites. Y'all will know that.
Mm-hmm.
So they can get a class audit. A class audit is just when you go to school, you don't get no grades, you don't get anything, you just sit in there. I want to say our class audit is like $300 or something per class. They can get a biblical study certificate, Christian worker certificate. That's the one I was telling you about, the special thing, this Christian worker. Then a pastoral certificate. This is what you want to offer those pastors overseas. You want to offer them a pastoral certificate, so their training is a little bit different than the average person. But if you got somebody else who say they want to go into ministry, that's a good thing for you to give them the certificate so they don't get bogged down with the degree. But if they want the degree, this is just an option. So they got an associate degree. One thing is different with us than other people right here. If you plan to enter for a higher degree, an associate degree is not required. So if you're going to go for our bachelor's class, we don't make you take an associate and then come back and get the bachelor's. We're going to give you everything you need as the bachelor's degree.
Okay.
All right. Master's degree, it is what it is. It's only 8 courses, 32 classes, but you get a master's degree because you count the credit hours of the bachelor's, and then you got the 32 with the master's, give you about 152 for that, but it's only 8 classes. Doctorate is only 8 classes, but you have to have first base, second base, and then third base. You can't just do third base because some people don't know. They're like, I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Y'all might want to write it down because Dr. Herron, the doctorate degree that we recommend that you give people because of the need of the ministry is the Doctor of Counseling and Psychology. Doctor of Counseling and Psychology gives you a PhD when you graduate.
Yes.
Everybody don't know what a DD is. Everybody don't know what a Doctor of Ministry or Doctor of Theology. Everybody knows what a PhD is. And because we put that psychology over in there, any degree with psychology rates a PhD.
Okay.
Other schools don't do that. Okay, it says I plan to major. If they check this up here, I plan to major one. They can put what they want. What you want to do is make sure you get this part filled out and here.
Okay.
Here's the I did this one for you guys. A minimum of $50 for the first month's tuition and $50 non-refundable application fee for a total of $100.
Okay.
That lady I told y'all about, she paid $100. But what does this say right here? Non-refundable application fee. I was under no obligation to send it back to her, but I'd rather give her our money back than read what she went to the news station said that we were, robbing people. And it says I chosen to pay my tuition in full for those who can pay. We have people that pay it completely out. If you start offering scholarships for up to 50% off, they may pay it all. Yeah. And then you don't have to deal with them doing that. They're going to get a receipt and all that. Okay. It says that let me see, the application must be signed before it can be processed. That's the biggest thing about this application. Signature and the date that they do. They are not a legitimate student until you have this signed and dated. We will use the date. That will be their date of enrollment. Not when they get their books, not when they get their class. The date they sign this application, most people are automatically, and they pay their money. Most people You get a letter of acceptance the same day, and I'll show you that. Here's the one, because if you want to deal with people who are in high school, here's your one. If the applicant is under 18. Okay. All right, I have to stop that one and start another one. Okay, it may look the same. It may look the same as the one I just showed you, but right here it tells you the scholarship application for enrollment. Everything is the same till you get over here in the second page. And see right there, payment information, scholarship student. You highlight that or you use this particular thing, that helps you keep track of who's, if it's a partial scholarship, just write it down over here so you'll remember later on, you know, what your agreement you made with them. Okay. So,
okay.
So that's a scholarship. That scholarship can be adult or high school. Okay. Overseas, if I was doing overseas, I would use the scholarship one because you know the numbers are going to be so much different than America.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and I'm going to show you this right here. I tell you about making payments. Okay, here we go. Okay, you'll have this available for every level, doctor, master, bachelor's, and they all read about the same. Okay, this is a contract from us to the individual degree payment plan achievement agreement. This degree, bachelor's degree, doesn't matter which bachelor's degree, they're all the same price. And it's $200 times 27 months. 200 times 27 will give you 5,400. So looking at this number right here, I know that for this student, you're going to send us $2,900, and you're going to keep $2,900. You'll give us half of 27 months. You keep half of 27 months. That's where you want to play with your scholarships. If they want to go to school, but they don't have any money, always agree, give them some leeway on the back end. Make them start paying, but tell them that I'm going to reduce it by half, I'm going to reduce it by a quarter or whatever. You also want to give them the opportunity to find other students. If they find other students that come to you full time, you should give them a scholarship of some kind for reward, not just $100 for finding people. I wouldn't do that. I would give them legitimate, you know, take it off of their overall total because they brought you business. They brought you other students. So you might also want to remember this. Don't talk one student to another about how they got in your program. Because some people, you may scholarship them and you know they need it, but then somebody else here that they ain't paying nothing for it. It could create a problem at your school. But it says here, you print their name, and it says, I agree to abide by the rules of the college. And I will also understand that my monthly payment, $200, is due by the first day of the month until the bachelor's degree program is complete. Here you go, right here, the same contract. Failure to make monthly payments. I understand that a failure of the monthly payment due by the first day within any month will be result in being placed on academic probation status. I further state that I understand after 2 months in academic probation, status will be placed into academic dismissal status and will be dismissed from enrollment at Mount Carmel Seminary and College. Here's the fine print. I also understand that if I'm dismissed from Mount Carmel Seminary and College, I must complete the required application for admission and enrollment process as a new student to enter a degree program. So you're telling them that they can't say, okay, I'll just come back and pick up where I left off. No, we're not running a gravy train here. You let them know. Remember, I tell you, if they get it for free, they really don't help them.
Yeah,
that's it. And it says here that I also agree to the best of my ability to engage in sound business practices in fulfilling the obligation of my interest-free degree payment plan with Mount Carmel Seminary and College. This is the key right here. Their signature, whatever date it is. But watch what this says. A signed copy of this agreement is required for each student using the degree payment plan option. A copy will be maintained in the student's official record and at the Mount Carmel Seminary and College. I don't know how that got like that. Let me see. Oh wow, I cheated. Hey, let me change it. But that's what it is. You will go through so many students, you can't remember every last one of them.
Yeah.
Remember, I tell you, I want you to interview your students if you can. If you can't be there, like for Africa or another state, let them fill that application out and send it to you. They can scan it and put it right back to, pick it up on an email, because you need to know that they did it. Because if not, they'll tell you, I never signed that. I never did that. So that doesn't apply to me. Now you got to try to work something out. Here's another form. Let me give you something encouraging. I've been working with Dr. Harden, so I already had this.
Yes, and I'm gonna send you all these forms too.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yes, yeah, can you see this right here?
Yeah.
I'll have to blow it up a little bit because it's really small to see. But it's saying basically that I don't have to be that big, I guess. This is the certificate extension site manager. Remember I told you that person's a dean or whatever, and they work directly with me? This is what they get. And listen to me.
Okay.
You want to post this. You want to post this wherever you have your classes, if you have classes or whatever they do. And there's a logo. It tells you you've been appointed to site manager, resident site, and yours is Dallas, Texas, Dr. Ann, for the Mount Carmel Seminary and College. So that gives you the, okay, I'm not just winging it or making up something. I actually belong to something bigger than myself. I signed it. It don't have to take for me to sign. That's where your signature would go. And this word comes to dean. Well, no. You won't do this. You can't make another site manager. Everybody you enroll come under your site, no matter where they are.
Okay.
They're a student. So this is yours. So when it comes time for you to make another one, they can become an extension of you in a second location, but you're still the person I'm coming to. Dr. Harden knows I'm coming to him. I told you that at the beginning, Ebony. I will come to him, but unless you guys come and tell me Ebony's got her own school down there, we're just working together, then I will send you a certificate like that too, so you can post it.
Okay.
I'll send that. There's another form here that that was this one right here.
Close that door.
This is a charter. It's a charter for your site from us. This is a chartership member, Dallas, Texas, under the authority of Dr. Harden. Yours will be in Florida, where you're at. Again, I'm the one who's going to make you guys. So this doesn't change, but this will put it on the wall to cover you.
Okay.
Let me see. I want Dr. Harden to see this. Both of you, I was telling Dr. Harden, both of you are going to have to get together. This is not what I want. I'm sorry.
Sorry. My grandson running around his house.
It's okay. At least you know he in the house.
Yeah.
I got some. They play breakout. Yeah, they play breakout. They be going. You be hunting for the little rascals. Okay. This right here is a report card. You'll get this. It's already in Dr. Harden's package, but this is it. The name of the student, what semester, the course and title of it, the credit grade average, and instructor comment. This person did solving marriage problems was the title of the course. 4 credits, that lets me know it was a master degree or above. Because undergraduates, so bachelor's only 3. Grade average was 100% on this particular letter. You got a perfect grade. And Dr. Mayo was the one who, was the instructor. It was an essay. They received 100 points or 100% on their essay. And then you get word of encouragement. Well done. Great job. Keep it up. And then it has your name. This is your names right here, the dean, and you put the date. I recommend that when you get a student, start a folder on them. So now everything that you send them, you can automatically send it to their folder when they return. And it's not, so you can always say, okay, I remember we said that. I remember I did that. Okay. So that's what a report card looks like. Dr. Harden, I wanted you to see this. I want y'all to take your notes on this because this is really, really, first I'm gonna show you this. Can y'all see this?
Oh, you see.
Yeah. Yes. This is the tuition prices. Here you have monthly payments in red, the number of payments in red, the actual fee that you'd have left or whatever. And this is not looking right. This is not current. All these are, this is $2,500. This is $4,400. This is $4,100. I haven't updated this particular slide. So, but the amount of payments is the same. The amount is still the same. You just ain't gonna have no balance after they pay all that. Okay. None of these come out to a balance. They come out equal money. I readjusted these. I don't know why this one. Oh, I know why. Because I had this for you last year, Dr. Harden. We didn't change the tuition till March of this year. But I'll send you the updated one.
Okay.
But you can see here on the doctorate degree what I was telling you. It's a 3-year degree, and it's $6,800. Okay. So now if somebody wants the honorary, how can you give that to them for less than half the money? They don't want to do the coursework. They don't want to go into study, and they're already letting you know they want something for free. I think I rated. Some people, they have the church pay for it. Some people, they have a group of pastors or a group pay for it. It never comes out of their pocket. And basically the church comes to me and say, we want our pastor to have this. Usually when it's on that end, I go to the high end. I go to the high end. But that's an anniversary gift they give some pastors and stuff like that. So if you see it, I use it as a bargaining tool that you can get students or get people. This is what I want you guys to take notes on. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Can you see that, or is it too small?
I just made it bigger on my screen. I can see it now.
Okay. Okay. As you can see, it's the monthly report. You'll fill out every month. Your assessment would be due on the 15th of every month. Why would I say that? Because your students have to pay you on the 1st. Some of them may be running late. So by the 15th of the month, you'll know what you got and what's going on. Your extension site has, the place. This was for the month of 2024, because that's when I first talked to you, Dr. Harden. And it was prepared by whoever your financial person is. I'm going to know it because you're going to tell me before you even open up who's going to handle the finances. That's who does this. Stay with me now, because this can be real dicey. There are different degrees: bachelor, master, and doctorate. Student name go here. Whatever degree they're in, you put here, and the start amount, Dr. Harden. If you're not using these numbers for the degree, you can put the student name, and you can put over here how much you send to the school, to us.
Okay.
So this could be $2,500 here or something like that, 27, and that's what they started out with. Now you tell me what their last balance is. This is just hypothetically that they paid something. So their last balance was $2,735. How much did they pay this time? $200. If you just
Mhm.
send it to me, how much are they paying Bishop Mayo to their tuition for the school? $100.
Mhm.
That's how you look at that. And so the new
Yeah.
balance, 200 past what they their last balance, gives them a new balance. And I just did these for
Mhm.
each average for each degree. But now I'm
Mhm.
skipping. Okay. This thing takes 25 students. All right. So the site total is going to be, this number has to match the number of students you got on the
Mhm.
report. Okay.
Mhm.
What I did was I took all of these and added them together, and it came up to $149,710. Way,
Mhm.
way out there because it's a monthly report. But I was
Mhm.
just showing you how to do the numbers, bring them all the way down.
Mhm.
Okay, here's 25 students times 200, it's $5,000.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and over here, the payments that have been made or balances, you still got a balance of $99,000 basically. The
Mhm.
bottom line is what you want to focus on. MCS, what you're going to give to Mount Carmel Seminary and College, because you're going to send this to us either by email or with your payment, however you want to do it. Well, this is letting us know we're covering 25 students, just like up here. This should
Mhm.
not say 25 students, and then you come down here and say 1 or 10. These two numbers should match. Now, I was saying that all the money collected would have came to this $149,000. Well,
Mhm.
you don't pay that to us. We cut it what, 50-50.
Yeah.
So half of the
Mhm.
149 is 74,855. Okay. That again, you just keeping tabs on how much money is out there, your students, your site, what it's worth, and stuff like that. Here comes the good part. 25 students times 200 is $5,000, but you're only sending to us $2,500. You're
Mhm.
sending us half. That means that same $250 a month, I mean $2,500 a month, stays at your site. It
Mhm.
stays with you. And this right here, again, I put it up there so you could see it. Primary numbers is here, here, and the equivalent, and make sure you have the right date. Question.
Okay. No, so with the, I have a question. So with the payments, I thought that the students would be paying like on your website. Would they be paying us directly and then we forward it over to you?
That's what we need to discuss.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to do whatever's easiest for you.
Okay.
I've got Cash App. They can
Mhm.
pay on the website. Um, if you want to know, your students and how they're paying and stuff, I can send you each month. I can send you who paid and who didn't, because I'll have you give me a list of the people you signed up, and I'll be able to tell you if they pay it all online, then that means every month I'm going to have to just back pay something to you. You have to give
Okay.
me your, hopefully you give me a Cash App address or something like that.
Okay.
Um, but you could have them sit down with a computer and go online, or you can do the old school. Have them bring you the money. Bring the
Okay.
money, put it into your account, and just Cash App me from your account.
Okay.
That
All
that
right.
makes it so much simpler. But some people say, no, I don't want to be bothered with that. I just want to teach and this and that. Well, it's more than just teaching. It's just like you just
Yeah.
said. And how do you keep track of who didn't pay? If you don't know who paid and who didn't, this is going to be hard for you to fill out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was
So
thinking.
yeah, so you just have them cut whatever you start. That's what you do.
Okay.
So let me ask you this: how are you going to, hypothetically, y'all are going online to get started with? So how would you have your people pay you online?
Me personally, because I already have some systems and I have some monthly donors that support my ministry and have a website, I probably would just create a on my website, something that will be accessible to me and Dr. Aaron, and just have people pay there so that the money is coming and then send it over to you on the 15th, I think you said.
Right,
I feel like that will work easiest. That way we can fill this form out
right, right.
and we don't have to be sending back and forth because I think that would get a bit confusing. And then,
Doctor,
and also because I'll have to, if I have any overseas people, I have somebody there that can collect the money for me from there and send it to me. And then I'd
right,
rather send it all to you in one go as opposed
right,
to separately because that'll get confusing for me.
right. And you don't have to have a different report for overseas and for your local people in stateside. Just make one report and you put them all down there.
Okay.
If I wanted to like do this, I would just put an asterisk, and somewhere I would know that everywhere you see an asterisk, that's an overseas international
Okay.
student. See,
Okay.
so instead of saying I got to do 500 of these for stateside, then I got to do another 100 for overseas. It's just easy to identify it in some kind of way. Let me know. And I mean, we are going to talk. We are going to talk once a month. No.
Okay.
When we first start, we're going to talk like every other week or whatever you
Okay.
need. But then after it's up and running, I recommend that, when I get this, I call you, or if it's, I have any questions and say, what about this? Because I'm telling you, when you get a new name up here and it showed that they, for some reason, don't owe that much, I may contact you and say, hey, tell me about Jimmy Durant. How come his name just came up the first time? You could say, yeah, he just joined, or yeah, he had been coming, but he just now turning in his application or whatever. As long as you can understand it, as long as you can, articulate it to me. I don't care if you put his name up there and say, I scholarshiped him. You could give me a sheet that you have 25 names on it, and you got up there, you scholarshiped the full scholarship of all of them. If that's what you choose to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I would ask you, why would you do that? And you're you're a legitimate college. Why would you do that? And if you can give me like, well, I told them they didn't have to pay for the first six months, I would tell you, you should have had 6 months, not a problem with me, but you should make them get it off on the back end. Don't
Okay.
don't give it to them, because they start getting free classes and things like that. Then they realize they can't keep up. Now they drop out and you never got anything, but it wasted your time. So
Yeah.
yeah, scholarships always come on the back end.
Okay.
Any question about this form? This is about the hardest
I don't
form
have
you
any
have.
question about. I don't have any questions about that form. I do have two other questions about something else.
Go ahead.
All right. So, how do we associate our organization? So, like, I know that we're going to be teaching them through the curriculum from your organization, but like it's like overseas, my organization, like the areas I go to, the people are kind of familiar with that, and I know they'll come if they'll know if they know it's my ministry. How would I be able to associate my ministry with your ministry? How would that work? So I make sure everything be good.
Okay, hold on. It's a good question. Oh man. Give me a second. I have to go to another screen. Hold on,
Okay.
because there's something I want to show you. Bear with me, y'all. Get your other question, please.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
The other.
Okay. No.
Oh,
Yeah, I got it right here.
okay.
Back, guys.
Okay. Now let's go back to Zoom. You guys are there. I want to go share. Right here. Can y'all see this screen?
I can see it.
Yes.
It's a little small, but I can.
Yeah, I'm taking a choice.
Oh wait, it jumped off. I don't see it no more.
I don't have it here.
Okay.
It's not it. That is not it. I don't know why I can't find that. Okay, can y'all see this?
Mm-hmm.
This transcript, yes. Dr. Harden? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is what you can do. Mm-hmm. You can put the name of your ministry, whatever you're going to call your Bible, your seminary, you can put that right here. But underneath it, you need to put a member of the Mount Carmel Education Management.
Okay.
Okay. And this could be your address, your phone numbers, your website, however you want to do it. And you'll have one of these for every student. This is a transcript, but it's the rough draft. So after you fill it out as the site manager, you're going to fill all this out and you're going to send it to me so I can get this printed and audited to make sure everybody's stuff is right.
Okay.
The degree, Dr. Harden, can you show us your degree again? You took it away already?
Oh, I still have it right here.
Yeah, I want to show. I want you to put it up there so we could see it. You gotta stop.
Yeah.
There you go. Hold it back a little bit and up. Okay. Mm-hmm. Can y'all see where I'm marking this?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Up here, it could actually, watch this. Up here, it can say your name for your college.
Okay.
And what will happen is I'll give you the name, let you put the name here. But in here, the diploma usually says, Mount Carmel or whatever. But what you need to know is you put your students there, and that's the degree that they're getting. The important part is in here. The fine print says this has been authorized by Mount Carmel.
Okay.
It's been authorized by the Mount Carmel Education Management Group.
Okay.
So it's going to have my name there. It's going to have this here. It's going to have our logo. But if you just want the name to change, we're able to do that.
Okay. Okay.
So
I was also asking more so like about advertising.
Advertise it however you want. And here's the thing: you advertise it any way you want to. You just make sure when they fill out the application, somewhere on there you need to make sure you have a member of Mount Carmel's Education and Management Group. That's your coverage. Yeah, you advertise it as your ministry. You advertise it as you want it to be. You can change it from site to site. I mean, like if Dr. Harden got another person want to do it in Timbuktu, you would just have them say, what do you want to call it? See, I want to be careful that your title and your title of your school are the only titles they're using out there.
Okay.
If you two don't talk, now they're going to say, and everything is going to, if you send them to my website, guess what? Unless you have a website with all this educational stuff on it, they're going to be lost.
Yeah.
If you want to still send them to the and you're just a partner with. We partner with this person. You can pay them. You can pay us. You can't contact them directly, but they can, truthfully, if they have a problem with you, they can contact me directly. But you tell them, please be courteous, be Christ-like. Talk to me first before you go somewhere. Give me an opportunity to fix whatever's going on. They're your students. You have to
Okay.
just talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But when it
Absolutely.
comes to the degree, you guys draft up. I can get one for you, Dr. Harden, the name. I can
Okay.
get one for you, Ebony, the name that y'all want to use. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that when that
Okay.
degree come out, it's not going to say Mount Carmel. It's going to say whatever you called it up there.
Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
down here in the guts, it's going to say this was authorized by the Board of Trustees of the Mount Carmel Seminary and College.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm the president. I have the authorization to sign it. That's the only way you can make your degree legitimately accredited.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
That's
And
what.
one more question,
You
Bishop.
asked me about adding your curriculum in there.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I was gonna ask.
when you get up and running and you
Mm-hmm.
submitting this paperwork to me, one of the things I'm going to ask you to do is send me any classes that you intend to use. I need the lesson plan, I need the exams, I need the answers, I need all that so I can put it under your site that you are giving these
Mm-hmm.
degrees. Um, you can't, I can tell you, you cannot replace the whole degree
Mm-hmm.
from our school. The best way for me to explain it to you, what if y'all know what Duke is? What if
Yeah.
you went to Mount Olive College and you've been there for 3.5 years, you only got one semester of two to do, but then you say, I'm only a quarter behind or a semester behind. I want to get my degree from Duke University. I want to see Duke University. So you take all your stuff from an accredited college at Mount Olive and you go to Duke and say, hey, I want to be in your 4-year program for teaching or whatever. They're not going to give you credit for everything you did.
Yeah.
They're going
Yeah.
to have a minimum 40 hours or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
And then
Mm-hmm.
if you get the degree, you're going to have to go through their process, take some more classes. It may take you another 2 years to get. They're making you pay for the name of that college.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
making you pay
Mm-hmm.
for that. Well, you have that same thing. I'm letting you, as long as you let me know it's out there, I don't have a problem. So we
Okay.
can mix and match whatever we got. I got some stuff that I'll be sending it to you. I'll be sending you. There's a package that I'm going to send you right after we finish talking, and you're going to see it is the curriculum and the transcripts for the degrees I was telling you about. That the textbook and everything is right online. When you send an email, they get everything.
Okay.
They get
Awesome.
Wow.
everything. So I'm gonna send that to you, and then as needed, I'm not charging you for the schoolwork. I'm not charging you for the degree. I'm not charging you for any forms, anything. If we're gonna be together, we're gonna be together. Try to keep it. I'm more interested in getting the gospel out there.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Getting people who are interested and want to learn get the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to learn. I know there's some people that they never have this opportunity, and you guys, you got to remember, you have the cookie. There's going to be a lot of people want a piece of your cookie, but
Mm-hmm.
you gotta protect. You want to give them some, but you want to protect because people will take your cookie and copy your recipe, and before you know it, they've got
Mm-hmm.
everything you got, and they're running with another school. They'll steal all our stuff. And when they steal our
Mm-hmm.
stuff and it gets, on the website or on social media, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to
Mm-hmm.
be able to do it.
Yeah.
So you had another
Awesome.
question, Dr. Harden?
Oh no. Yeah, I should have said it. Trying to rethink it. I know we talked about the curriculum. We talked about the school name. Um, yeah, we talked about address the payment. Ebony has the website, and I think if we can get together and set up something like for as a website where people can log on and get access to the school and
Mm-hmm.
where they can pull up the various degrees and stuff that we offer and all that stuff. Yeah, so pretty much I
Okay,
know a lot of the stuff Archbishop has already sent me, so I'm gonna
right,
forward it to you as well.
right. If
Yeah,
she
so
said, if she send me your address, I can. If you guys are going to be working together but not together,
yes,
Mm-hmm.
like she got a group of people she's going to reach, you got a group of people you're going to reach, but you're
hmm
still entering into
yes,
this, the same way. That's all you have to tell me. this paper that I have here, this is what the binding part. This is the business part of it, and
Mm-hmm.
it tells you that it's a satellite site extension, the date, and with Mount Carmel Seminary College, and this one was with Dr. Aaron Harden. Okay, and it's from Dallas, Texas. If it was you, Ebony, you
Mm-hmm.
have the date here and have your credentials here, your name, and the city and state. Don't worry about how far you reach out. I just want to know what the home base is. Like
Okay.
here they
Mm-hmm.
said that I'm in North Carolina. Yeah. And it spells out the country. You can print this out. It'll tell you what we plan to do for you. And then it even has a section what we ask you to do. But then we have a section that what you can expect from us. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The application was sent to you, Dr. Harden. Did you get an application, a DocuSign yesterday?
Uh,
I
I don't.
sent you, yeah, I sent you a
Yeah.
DocuSign. And
Yeah.
as you can see, this would have the site manager. If it's different, the site dean of the site and the date they
Mm-hmm.
got this done. You have a copy of this. And once you do the application, okay, write this down. The
Mm-hmm.
application for an extension site is $500. If
Okay.
you want to open an extension site, it's $500. Okay. Now watch this. I'm waiving that for both of you. Just fill out the application. Send me no money.
Wow. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Praise
Yeah,
God.
because I
Yes,
want you to
ma'am.
go ahead and get started and don't have all the obstacles that I had to go through. It's not about that for me. So do the application together, or do the application.
Well,
You could say, Ebony, you send him one, and I'll send him one, or whatever. And
Okay.
because if you send me your if you send me your how you want to do that, Dr. Harden, because it's easier. I fuck this stuff out all the time.
yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna. Me and my sister gonna partner together.
Mm-hmm.
Together, and I wanted to bring her as definitely the vice dean, and she's really good with finances too.
Okay.
And she's very good with finances. Great. Teacher. I mean, but I definitely want her to be the vice dean. So if I'm not there,
So
she
would the
can.
name of your school be the same as the name of her school?
Yes, it's going to be the same school. It's going to be the same school.
But I
Yeah.
mean, name wise.
Name wise, yeah. We haven't came up with a name yet.
We'll talk about it some more and come up
Yeah,
with a name. We probably can
yeah,
keep it the same, but I actually have some ideas, so I'll share with you
yeah,
after
yeah,
after we get done, Dr. Aaron.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna be able to find that DocuSign, but I said it. It's just an application. The
yes,
application's on
sir.
the website too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I think I got it. I remember I
Okay.
seen the email. I
Okay.
just haven't had a chance to
Yeah.
pull it up. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And it's like we talked about a DocuSign. You sign what you want in there. Then you get a copy. I get a copy, and that is our binding agreement. We just go from there.
Yes,
Whatever
sir.
questions y'all have, make sure you give everything my phone number.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
You can call directly. We're going to do this thing together, and
Yes.
there is nothing. That, I mean, I just told you if you send me a list and say I got 5 people, they ain't paid a dime. But Bishop, I want them to graduate with a bachelor's or associate. I'm gonna look right at you and say, "It's your school.
Hmm.
This is what you want to do." I just pray it don't
Mm.
come back and bite you later on.
Yeah.
So, but the curriculum that you have, I think we need to season it, if you will, sprinkle
Mm-hmm.
it instead of making one whole degree of your curriculum.
Yeah.
Mix and match them like
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Hmm.
another, yeah. So that when I'm signing off on this, I'm signing off that the majority of the degree was from Mount Carmel and it has been accredited.
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm going to accreditate your stuff because you sent it to me. So if
Okay.
I ever get asked a question or what is this, I can say, well, it's right here. It belongs to the Mount Carmel Education Management Group, and they oversee all that kind of stuff.
Amen. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. I don't have anything
Yes.
else.
Yeah,
I
all my
appreciate.
questions got answered, so I feel like I got a good grasp on what's happening and how we should move forward next.
Yes.
Dr. Harden, I gave you yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I sent you a PowerPoint presentation. You need to forward that to her.
Yes, sir.
because
Yes,
that
sir.
that that PowerPoint presentation, it's about 25 slides, but it covers everything you might want to know about running our school. And you got
Okay.
it right there. It's a PowerPoint.
I'm
A
forwarding it
powerful
now.
document. We used to come
Yes.
and show that PowerPoint, $750 for an on-site visit. That's how we used to do that. And I
Mm.
would come and do 2 days of full training and get to meet the staff. And big thing that I want you guys as soon as you can, I really am interested in numbers.
Okay.
What kind of numbers? And I know there might be a lot in Africa, but I still want to know the numbers you foresee, because now I can say,
Gotcha.
okay, you had a good vision, you thought you had what you had, and came in above it, or you came right below it. So I have an idea when I'm doing this. Because if somebody, I told Dr. Harden, if somebody else contact me right now, Ebony, from your
Hmm.
area,
Hmm.
and before you do, I would
Hmm.
have to call you and tell you we only put one school in one area.
Okay.
We don't do like these churches. Every church has every corner of church and one in between the block. We don't do that. We do like the Catholic Church. Catholic churches give you at least
Nice.
30 miles in
Yeah, they got
between
their
each other.
one diocese.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's what I want. That's how I want you to. So you'll
Yeah.
know. You can say, "Well, I got this, and I signed up for it. I'm going." You know how we did, Dr. Harden.
Yes.
I said, if you want to save the spot, at least pay something on it. Oh, I'm telling you guys,
Mm-hmm.
if you know you want to do it, fill out the paperwork, get it back in my hand. Don't worry about the
Okay. Yeah,
money.
Yeah.
we're gonna definitely get on that. We
Yeah.
definitely
I
gonna get
just
on that.
forwarded to Ebony. Yeah, I just forwarded the DocuSign and the
There
other
you go.
paperwork as well. I just
There
Okay.
sent
you
both of those things to
Okay.
her.
Yeah, I'll be working on that between today and
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
go. Okay.
Yes. Yes. We're gonna
Well,
get all that squared away today and tomorrow, Archbishop.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm glad y'all took the time. I'm glad we were able to have
Yes.
this face to face, so everybody know everybody. And again,
Yes.
bugging me. I should know this. No, no, no. Whatever. It's just like me becoming your pastor or just let me know. Keep me informed what's going on with your school, because
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
the enemy destroys people by us taking for granted that, well, you should have known that, or you should have known that this is going on. It's just a courtesy. To give no
Okay.
place to the
Mm-hmm.
devil. Do it and
Amen.
let all things be done decent and in order. That's all.
Amen.
Amen.
And
Amen.
Amen.
don't think I'm afraid to ask that, because it was too. I told you, I got y'all. I'm telling
Amen.
you, I am going to bet. If somebody wants to complain about you and this and that, and you told me ahead of time, I'm going to get right there and say, well, I'm sorry, can't help you. There are no refunds, so you might want to go to another school or patch it up with them, because no, we don't get involved with the day-to-day stuff of each site. I couldn't do it. Too many of them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will also send you guys. I probably sent it to you already, Dr. Herring. I may not have. I'm going to send you the accreditation
Yeah.
certificate that we get every
Yes.
year. I'm going to send
Yes.
that to you. Um,
Awesome.
do me a favor, that so you don't have to get it and then try to send it to her. You send me her email when I send it to
Okay.
you. I'll send it to
Okay.
you, and then y'all
Awesome.
can talk and say, well, yeah, I got this and I got that. And,
Okay.
put Ebony on our Bible study. That's why I need her email
Yes.
so she can join the forum.
Okay.
Yes.
We have a good time up there. I'm telling you.
Okay. Add me
Yeah.
in. Add me in. I'll hop on.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay. Just so you know, just food for thought. Um, I gave y'all my new email, right? I mean, I gave you the new website.
I think I have it. Yes, sir. I think you did send it to me. Yeah. New website. You said new website.
What is it? HTTP S.
Oh, yeah. Archbishop,
Yes.
I gotta jump off here real quick. I gotta go run and get my other two kids from the school
Okay.
bus stop.
I
Just
just put it in the chat,
okay.
so she would
Okay.
have it. So,
Awesome.
um,
Okay.
Ebony, you
Yep.
got that?
I'm saving it. Yep. I'm saving it right now. So I
yeah.
have
Okay.
it.
Okay. Be blessed, people, and thank you for your time. I'm here. Use
Thank
me.
you.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you. I look
Yes,
forward
sir.
to working together sometime
Yes, ma'am.
more.
Take care, Dr. Aaron.
Yes, sir. If